Now, welcome to Tuva Analysis International, Nairobi, Kenya. Tragic story of a Colombia team captain who was killed for scoring own goal. Andres Escobar's first own goal of his professional career cost him his life in 1994. The Colombia captain was murdered in cold blood outside a club 5 days after his country lost 2-1 to USA in the group stage. At the time, Colombia were heavy favorites to win the World Cup after an impressive run in qualifiers. In addition, Colombia-era star-standard team comprising the likes of Carlos Valderrama, Freddy Rigon, Alexis Garcia, and Faustin Aspira. In 1994, Colombians on for winning the World Cup were at an all-time high. Andres Escobar was killed days after scoring an own goal in a World Cup in 1994. Brazil legend Pelé, who had long retired from the game at the time, went to the lengths of tipping the South American side to win the competition that year. Not only did they finish top of their qualifying group, Colombia thrashed Argentina, a team which won the competition 2 World Cups ago 5-0. Amid all optimism surrounding Colombia's campaign, it ended in a disaster for the team as they exited the competition in the group stage, and one name was at the center of all the blame: Andres Escobar. Escobar scored an own goal as Colombians succumbed to 2-1 defeat to USA in their second group game, having lost 3-1 to Romania in their opener. A report that The Guardian details that feeling and stakes for the players ahead of their game against USA, with retired striker Faustin Aspira recalling how tense players were before the game. With the game finally poised at 0-0 and Colombia desperate searching an opener to kick-start their campaign, things took a turn for the ones who Escobar made contact with a low, calling John Hart's cross into the penalty area. It wrong-footed the goalkeeper and gave USA the lead, which many Colombians would say at the time was thorough and deserved. According to the Tuva Analysis International, Colombians' failure in the spectacle held in the United States led to serious backlash at home, with Escobar first becoming an enemy of the people. It was particularly in the back books of the drug cartel, which at the time was believed to have large amounts of money riding the USA game. Escobar was urged by friends to lay low after the tournament, but against his bitter judgment, he opted against it, saying, "He must show my face to the people." That proved costly for him and repaid with his life, as only 5 days after Colombia's exit from the World Cup, he was murdered while sitting in his car outside Medellin nightclub car park. Multiple reports indicate Escobar was shot 6 times, with the killers reportedly shouting "goal" for every bullet that was fired. Barely a day later, Humberto Carasto Munoz, a bodyguard associated with the drug barons who lost man to the Colombians USA game, was arrested, and he confessed soon after. From the 1960s, Colombia had been on the spot for violent crimes and drug cartels. Things escalated and morphed into a conflict between the Colombian government, crime syndicates, and the paramilitary groups. The civilian population was always the most affected, as many innocent individuals were often caught in the crossfire. By 1995, Colombia had overtaken the UK significantly in deaths by homicide. An estimated 120,000 people attended Andres Escobar's funeral, and the anniversary of the former Colombian captain's death is marked each year in the football matches. Civil war and homicides might have reduced in Colombia, but the fight is far from finished. In the 2010 World Cup, death threats were sent to midfielder Carlos Sanchez after he was sent off after just 3 minutes against Japan in his side opening game. The late Escobar's brother Santiago, now manager of Ecuadorian side Universidad Católica, who was among the first to speak out in defense of Sanchez, as he lamented his people's inability to learn from the past. As a brother who had gone through this, I know what must be going through the Sanchez family, and I wouldn't want anyone to go through that. He said Carlos must be feeling both sad for the mistake he made and very afraid, and his family too. My brother never received any threats. They just shot him dead in the most cowardly way. Now for more breaking sporting news, continue listening to Tuva Analysis International, Nairobi, Kenya. We value you. We